Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. I'm going to do a review on this really old West Bend coffee maker. So everybody's church or Lions Club or even school had these old coffee pots. And this is probably one of the first coffee pots I ever remember seeing. And it's got this big basket. It can do up to 30 cups. But you got to really put a lot of coffee in there. And then down in there, this is the percolator tube. It's gonna heat that water up down there. It's gonna send it up through this tube, and then you place the basket on, and then the water's gonna come out here, and it's just gonna come down over the coffee grounds. And it's got these nice spouts. These are just really old. This is called avocado green. Okay, so the nice thing about this is on the side it's got 30 cups, 24 cups. You know, it's kind of got marks on how many cups of coffee you want to make, how much coffee you add. But there's really not any marks on this to tell you how much coffee to add. So another nice feature of these is you don't need coffee filters. It's just got really small openings, and that's what's going to be filtering the coffee grounds. Okay, so we're going to make a big pot of coffee. I'm only going to make a half a pot. So I've got it filled up to about the 15 mark up there. And from what I remember, that's about a cup of coffee. So like I said, I've got the water in there. We're going to put the tube in. It just sits there. Then we got to put this on. And then you just simply dump the coffee in. Now this isn't the correct lid for it, but this is the one I've got for it. And we're going to put the lid on. Okay, so these things, as soon as you plug them in, there's no on-off switch. They start boiling the water. And you're not going to want to lift this up because that hot water is going to be shooting straight up. So you're going to want to make sure you leave the lid on these. But it started. As soon as I plugged it in, it's pretty much started making the coffee. Okay, so I've got this clear cover, this clear lid, so we can see what's going on. So it's heating the water, and the water's squirting out that center tube, and it's getting shot over the coffee grounds. And then it filters back down into the coffee pot. Okay, so when you plug it in, and it's brewing, this light does not come on. This light comes on at the end of the brewing cycle. That's going to let you know then it's ready to go. And its claim to fame is 1 cup per minute. So depending on how many cups of coffee you got in there, that's how long it should take. Okay, so I've read the instruction manual and I was right on. So 12 cups is the minimum amount you should make with this. And that takes about 1 cup of coffee. Now something in here they talk about is, so if you're going to serve this, it says after it's done percolating, this light will come on to let you know that it's done brewing the coffee. You're supposed to take the basket out with the coffee grounds. It says if you don't take the basket out, there could be some bitter leftover coffee stuff that drains into the coffee and it won't taste as good. So you got to use some caution. That will be hot, but then it will stay, as long as you have it plugged in, it will keep the coffee warm. And then you can just serve the coffee. So you got to remove that basket with the coffee grounds in it. Now they make a newer version of this. It's all black and stainless steel, but it's the same basic principle. I don't know exactly how it all works, but you plug it in, it's automatic. You get a brew light that comes on, and it just makes a lot of coffee. And the coffee tastes relatively good. I think the 12 pots, your home coffee makers make a little better. But for large, quick gatherings, these are really fun to have around. Okay, so the light came on, and it took about 15, almost 18 minutes, and it's done. It kind of boiled the coffee, and so now we're going to take a look. And I did a really good job with the coffee grounds. Okay, so again, it wants you to take the coffee basket out, and we're going to go dump this out. Okay, so I took the filter basket out and I took that little tube out. Now it's ready to serve coffee. It's going to keep it warm. So it doesn't doesn't really fit kind of the bigger coffee mugs. That stays open. We're going to check temperature. Okay, so these things, yeah, about 170, 168. That's about standard. So these are really nice coffee makers. And the coffee tastes pretty good. It's hard to beat these old coffee makers. I know they kind of work a little weird and different, but they actually do make a pretty nice cup of coffee. So again, this is Just a Dad. I just wanted to do a quick review, kind of an old school coffee pot that I know all of us saw around when we were kids. Like I said, at gatherings, schools, and there'd always be somebody hurrying up trying to make the coffee before the event was over, because these things took, so to do 30 cups, it would take about 30 minutes. So you got to kind of think ahead, but they're just really simple and neat. That light comes on when it's done. So again, this is Just a Dad, and if you could please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.